Thank you for waking up with Happiness, where we come together to grow mind, body, and spirit so we can turn about make the world a brighter and sweeter place to live for ourselves and for others. Y'all, good morning to you. I'm so happy to be here. I'm super excited about what we're talking about, y'all. I've become super interested the last few years, especially the last few years, and even in the past year, about how our brain works. I've been becoming very interested in neuroscience, neuroplasticity, um, our how our genetics impact us, and things that our ancestors did. We wonder where things come from. We go, where did that come from? And there seems no logical explanation. Those things impact us, and our brain is so important. But there's things we can do about it. But this is what's crazy, y'all. Remember, I've been talking to you about Daniel Amen, and in 1993 is when I think he started it. He started doing brain imaging. He's done, I think, over 180,000 of them by now. But the reason why this is so fascinating to me is there's so many things that we thought were fixed that you just couldn't change. This is just the way I am. I can't change. That is malarkey, malarkey, malarkey. That is much malarkey as the world is flat. I'm telling you, our brain has such capacity to thrive, to do more than we ever imagine our brain to do, y'all. Ever imagine. So this is what's crazy. This is crazy, y'all. Where's my glasses? Dang, I hope I can read this. I can't buy my glasses. Okay, listen to this. This is crazy. Psychiatrists today, listen to this. It said, he used the tools that were state of the art in 1840. He talked to him, observed him, and looked for symptom clusters to try to understand what was wrong. This is exactly how most psychiatric diagnoses are made now today. Over 175 years later, we are still using symptom clusters to diagnose people with mental disorders. Y'all, that's crazy. That's bananas. So I encourage you to read all the books by Daniel Amen. There is plenty of others out there. There's Dr. Tara somebody. We're going to talk about her tomorrow. She's on Mel Robbins right now. Fascinating, fascinating, fascinating. So think about that. If we're still using the techniques from 175 years ago, don't you know that there's so much more to know and to learn? So I'm going to read you something else. And it's just good news, y'all. It sounds like bad news. I asked JJ yesterday, I said, do you want the good news or the bad news first? She said, yeah, I always want the bad news first. So I'm going to tell you the bad news first as soon as I can find it. Here it is. Okay. So these are the things that hurt your brain. Okay. I'm just going to tell you. These are the things that hurt your brain. Obviously, drugs, too much alcohol, infections, environmental toxins, traumatic head injuries are bad for your brain. But research also tells us that obesity, sleep apnea, hypertension, and even high normal blood pressure levels, diabetes, prediabetes, and even high normal blood sugar levels. Many medications such as benzodiazepines, which is Valium, Xanax, all those. Let's see, the standard American diet, which is SAD, which is SAD, and processed foods, pesticides, artificial colors, sweeteners, enhanced hormone levels, blah, blah, blah. Negative thinking. This one. Listen up, y'all. Negative thinking. Even spending time with unhealthy people are bad for the brain. Take a moment to think how many of these factors might be affecting you. Okay, now for the good news. Here's the good news. And we're going to talk more about the good news tomorrow. The exciting news is that many things are also good for your brain and can boost its function, such as learning new things. Like today, we're learning new things, great nutrition, coordination exercises, meditation, loving relationships, certain nutrients, including vitamins B6, B12, D, MTHF, that's easier to say than the whole thing, omega-3 fatty acids, and phosphorylated. In many ways, the best thing you can do for your brain, listen to this, listen up, y'all, this is what we're talking about, In many ways, the best thing you can do for your brain is to spend time with healthy people. As we will see, they are contagious. I often say the fastest way to get healthy is to find the healthiest person you can stand and then spend as much time around him or her as possible. Y'all, that's fire. I don't care what you say. That's fire. We can change our brain. There is such a thing as neuroplasticity. We can make our brains better. Our brains are designed to just survive. Our brain, when left to its own devices, will use just enough energy to survive. It is, I think it's a lost avoidance thing. Like if you're back in the ancestral days, if you were trying to get some fruit from a tree, well, you want to get that fruit really bad, but guess what? You were also looking around for that saber-toothed tiger that might be coming at you. Well, we don't have saber-toothed tigers, but we're still wired to avoid the things that we don't want. We're still wired that way. So why don't we start thinking about all the things that can help our brain? Our brain is a miraculous thing. Y'all, I love how God and science built our lives so amazingly, beautifully well. It's a miracle. My brain's a miracle. Your brain is a miracle. So I want us to start focusing on that because we can change. You are not bound to stay the person you were made to be. Or think you were made to be, or somebody told you were. They said you were lazy, or they said you were selfish. All these things, those are not true. That is a lie from the pits of Davern hell. So let's do our affirmation, and we'll talk some more about this tomorrow. And I'll try not to get so excited about it. But y'all, it's fascinating. It is fascinating. One of the books I'm reading about your brain, and I've highlighted almost every page. It's crazy. It's called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life by Daniel G. Amen. He is known as the leading authority on brain health. He's a psychiatrist that finally decided that instead of using the same freaking techniques that we've used for over 175 years, he started brain imaging. And he is finding patterns in people's brains. Many people are hurt by just mild brain trauma. And he's finding ways to help these people that ordinarily would have been sent to the psycho wards, people who ordinarily would just take medication for the rest of their lives. Y'all, this is fascinating and exciting to me. And if you have a loved one, look him up. And I'm going to talk to my friend and ask her how it's going for her. So here we go. My beautiful brain. My beautiful, miraculous brain is a symphony of parts that work together to create and sustain my life. My brain is part of the miracle that is my life. My brain is healthy and functions as it was designed by my creator. My brain is great at adjusting to my environment and my life. What a miracle. I am grateful, and because I'm grateful, I make healthy choices to create and maintain my healthy brain, and so it is. And here is a little tidbit for you that everyone agrees on. Every single person agrees on in the neuroscience world. The very first step in creating the brain that you desire, the brain that you want, the brain that will help you do all the things you want to do is to have a spirit of gratitude. A spirit of gratitude. Y'all, it's not just hokey. It's science. It's good stuff. Be sweet, y'all. Bye.